Welcome back to the Stoic Knowledge, where we explore the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and how it can improve our lives today. In this video, we're diving into 12 Stoic rules for life, principles that can help us navigate challenges, build resilience, and find peace in the chaos of the modern world. These rules aren't just ancient philosophy, they are practical guides to living well. So, let's explore these 12 Stoic rules and see how they can empower us to live with strength, purpose, and tranquility. Rule 1. Focus on what you can control. The first Stoic rule of life is to focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, taught that things are within our control and things beyond our control. What is under our control is our own actions, thoughts, and actions. Everything, what other people do, what happens in the world, is beyond us. By focusing on what we can control, we reduce stress and anxiety. When we spend time worrying about things beyond ourselves, we drain our energy and waste time. Instead, we should focus on what we can do to improve our situation and do well. This approach helps us focus no matter what life throws at us. We are empowered to take responsibility for our actions and create peace and control in our lives. By letting go of things we can't control, we also embrace a sense of acceptance. It doesn't mean resigning or giving up, it means realizing that some things are out of our hands. By accepting this truth, we can move forward without being bothered by resentment and anger. Finding peace knowing we've done all we can. Focusing on what we can control helps us build strength and resilience. We pay less attention to external events and more to create our own. This Stoic rule encourages us to be conscious and make choices based on our values rather than being influenced by external circumstances. It is a powerful act that will change the way we live and understand the world. Rule 2. Practice mindfulness and presence. The second rule of Stoicism is to practice mindfulness and presence in everything we do. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to be present in each moment, fully aware of his thoughts and actions. Mindfulness isn't just about meditation, it's about paying attention to our daily activities, our interactions with others, and our own inner dialogues. When we're mindful, we're not lost in regrets about the past or worries about the future, we're here, right now, fully engaged with life. Mindfulness allows us to observe our thoughts without judgment, giving us the power to choose our responses rather than react impulsively. This self-awareness helps us align our actions with our values and intentions. Instead of being swept away by negative emotions or distractions, we can focus on what truly matters. It's about finding clarity in the present moment and making thoughtful decisions based on reason and virtue. When we practice presence, we also become more appreciative of life's simple moments. We notice the beauty in our surroundings, the kindness of others, and the joy in everyday activities. This appreciation brings a sense of gratitude and contentment, helping us find happiness in the here and now. Mindfulness helps us realize that life is happening in this very moment, and by being present, we make the most of it. By cultivating mindfulness, we develop a deeper connection to ourselves and the world around us. We become more empathetic and understanding, not only towards others but also towards ourselves. This Stoic practice encourages us to slow down, breathe, and truly experience life as it unfolds. It's a reminder that every moment is an opportunity to practice wisdom, patience, and compassion. Rule 3. Embrace discomfort and challenge. Stoicism teaches us to embrace discomfort and challenge as opportunities for growth. Seneca, another prominent Stoic, believed that difficulties strengthen our character, much like how fire tempers steel. When we face challenges, we have the chance to develop resilience, courage, and perseverance. Embracing discomfort isn't about seeking pain, but about understanding that growth often comes from pushing beyond our comfort zones. When we avoid discomfort, we limit our potential and miss out on valuable learning experiences. Facing challenges head-on teaches us about our strengths and weaknesses, helping us grow and improve. It's through overcoming obstacles that we build confidence and self-reliance. Each challenge we face becomes a stepping stone towards becoming a stronger and more capable person. Embracing discomfort also means being willing to confront our fears and doubts. The Stoics believed that fear often stems from a misunderstanding of what is truly harmful. By facing our fears, we learn that they are often less intimidating than we imagined. This practice empowers us to take bold actions and make difficult decisions without being paralyzed by fear. Embracing discomfort is about accepting that life is full of ups and downs. It's about being prepared to face adversity with a strong and determined spirit. By welcoming challenges as opportunities for growth, we cultivate a mindset of resilience and strength. This Stoic rule reminds us that true wisdom comes not from avoiding difficulty, but from facing it with courage and grace. Rule 4. Cultivate inner virtue. The fourth Stoic rule for life is to cultivate inner virtue. For the Stoics, virtue was the highest good and the key to a fulfilling life. Virtue isn't just about moral goodness, it's about excellence in character and living in accordance with nature and reason. The four cardinal virtues in Stoicism, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, serve as a guide for living a virtuous life. Cultivating virtue begins with self-reflection and a commitment to personal growth. It requires us to examine our actions, thoughts, and motives, and to align them with our principles and values. This practice helps us become better individuals, not by seeking external validation or rewards, but by striving to live in harmony with our true selves. Virtue is about being the best version of ourselves, regardless of external circumstances. Living virtuously also means treating others with fairness, kindness, and respect. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of all people and acting with integrity in our relationships. When we cultivate virtue, we contribute to the well-being of others and create a positive impact on the world around us. This practice encourages us to act not out of self-interest, but out of a genuine desire to do good. Cultivating inner virtue leads to a life of purpose and meaning. It provides a solid foundation for navigating life's challenges with grace and resilience. When we focus on developing our character and living virtuously, we find fulfillment and contentment that isn't dependent on external factors. This Stoic rule reminds us that true happiness comes from within, from being a person of virtue and integrity. Rule 5. Accept fate and amor fati. The fifth Stoic rule is to accept fate and practice amor fati, or the love of one's fate. This principle is about embracing everything that happens in life, both the good and the bad, as necessary and beneficial. Epictetus taught that we should wish for things to happen as they do, rather than as we would like them to. By accepting fate, we free ourselves from resistance and resentment, finding peace in the natural flow of life. Accepting fate doesn't mean being passive or indifferent to life's events. It means understanding that some things are beyond our control and choosing to respond to them with equanimity and grace. When we resist what happens, we create unnecessary suffering for ourselves. By accepting fate, we align ourselves with the natural order of the universe and find serenity in the midst of life's unpredictability. Practicing amor fati also means finding value and meaning in every experience, even the difficult ones. It's about seeing challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning. When we love our fate, we approach life with a sense of gratitude and appreciation for every moment, recognizing that everything that happens contributes to our development as individuals. Amor fati is about embracing life fully, with all its ups and downs. It's about finding joy in the journey, not just the destination. This Stoic rule encourages us to live with acceptance and resilience, knowing that everything that happens is a part of our unique path. It reminds us that life's challenges are not obstacles to our happiness but stepping stones to our growth and fulfillment. Rule 6. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is a core principle in Stoicism, and the sixth rule for life is to practice gratitude daily. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the things he was grateful for, recognizing the importance of appreciating what we have rather than constantly seeking more. Gratitude helps us focus on the positives in our lives, shifting our attention away from what's lacking or what's gone wrong. When we practice gratitude, we cultivate a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. We begin to see the blessings in our lives, no matter how small, and appreciate the people, experiences, and opportunities that enrich our existence. This perspective helps us find contentment in the present moment, reducing feelings of envy, dissatisfaction, and frustration. Gratitude also fosters a sense of connection with others. When we're thankful for the kindness and support we receive, we're more likely to express appreciation and reciprocate in kind. This creates a positive feedback loop of giving and receiving, strengthening our relationships and building a sense of community and belonging. Gratitude helps us recognize the interdependence of all people and the importance of mutual support and cooperation. Practicing gratitude enhances our overall well-being and happiness. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, fostering a sense of peace and contentment. By making gratitude a daily practice, we train our minds to see the good in every situation, even in times of difficulty. This Stoic rule reminds us that happiness isn't about having everything we want, but about appreciating everything we have. Rule 7. Live according to nature. The seventh Stoic rule for life is to live according to nature. For the Stoics, living according to nature means aligning our actions with our true nature as rational beings. It's about understanding our place in the world and acting in harmony with the natural order. This principle encourages us to live authentically, guided by reason and virtue rather than by desires, impulses, or external expectations. Living according to nature involves recognizing the interconnectedness of all things and acting with a sense of responsibility towards ourselves, others, and the environment. It's about making choices that reflect our values and contribute to the greater good. When we live according to nature, we seek to be the best version of ourselves, not for personal gain, but for the benefit of all. This principle also teaches us to accept the natural cycles of life, including change, growth, and impermanence. By embracing the reality of change, we become more adaptable and resilient, less attached to the things that are beyond our control. We learn to appreciate the beauty of each moment and the wisdom that comes from experience, even in times of hardship. Living according to nature leads to a life of harmony and balance. It helps us find meaning and purpose in our actions, guiding us towards a life of virtue and fulfillment. This Stoic rule reminds us that by living in accordance with our true nature, we can create a life that is both meaningful and aligned with the greater good. Rule 8. Cultivate self-discipline. Self-discipline is a fundamental Stoic virtue, and the eighth rule for life is to cultivate it in all aspects of our lives. The Stoics believed that self-discipline is essential for living a virtuous life, as it allows us to control our impulses, desires, and emotions. It's about making choices that align with our values and long-term goals, rather than being swayed by immediate gratification or external pressures. Cultivating self-discipline involves setting clear goals and creating habits that support our growth and well-being. It requires us to be mindful of our actions and to practice self-control in the face of temptation or distraction. This practice helps us stay focused and committed to our purpose, even when the path is challenging or uncertain. Self-discipline also teaches us the value of patience and perseverance. When we develop the ability to delay gratification and endure discomfort, we become more resilient and determined. We learn that true success and fulfillment come not from shortcuts or easy solutions, but from consistent effort and dedication over time. Self-discipline is about taking ownership of our lives and our choices. It empowers us to create a life that reflects our values and aspirations, rather than being dictated by external circumstances or fleeting desires. This Stoic rule reminds us that self-discipline is the foundation of a virtuous and meaningful life, helping us become the best version of ourselves. Rule 9. Be aware of your judgments. The ninth Stoic rule for life is to be aware of your judgments and how they shape your experience. The Stoics believed that it's not events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. When we become aware of our judgments, we can challenge and change them, creating a more balanced and objective perspective. This practice helps us see things as they are, rather than as we perceive them through the lens of our biases and emotions. Being aware of our judgments involves recognizing our automatic thoughts and reactions, especially in stressful or challenging situations. It's about pausing before we react, taking a step back, and examining our assumptions and beliefs. This self-awareness helps us avoid jumping to conclusions or making impulsive decisions based on incomplete information or emotional responses. When we become mindful of our judgments, we also learn to cultivate empathy and understanding. We recognize that our perspective is just one of many and that others may see things differently. This awareness helps us communicate more effectively and build more harmonious relationships, reducing conflicts and misunderstandings. Ultimately, being aware of our judgments allows us to live more wisely and compassionately. It helps us develop a more balanced and objective mindset, free from the distortions of negative thinking or emotional reactivity. This Stoic rule encourages us to approach life with an open mind and a calm heart, making thoughtful decisions that align with our values and intentions. Rule 10. Practice forgiveness and let go of grudges. The 10th Stoic rule for life is to practice forgiveness and let go of grudges. The Stoics believed that holding onto anger and resentment harms us more than it harms others. When we forgive, we free ourselves from the burden of negative emotions and create space for healing and growth. Forgiveness is not about condoning wrongdoing, but about releasing ourselves from the grip of anger and bitterness. Practicing forgiveness involves recognizing the humanity in others and understanding that everyone makes mistakes. It's about seeing beyond the offense and recognizing the potential for change and redemption. When we forgive, we acknowledge our own imperfections and extend the same compassion to others that we would want for ourselves. Letting go of grudges also means accepting that the past cannot be changed and choosing to focus on the present and future. Holding onto anger and resentment keeps us stuck in a cycle of negativity, preventing us from moving forward and finding peace. By releasing grudges, we create space for positive emotions and experiences, fostering a sense of inner calm and well-being. Ultimately, practicing forgiveness and letting go of grudges is about choosing peace over conflict, compassion over anger, and love over hate. It's about recognizing that true strength comes from kindness and understanding, not from holding onto pain and resentment. This Stoic rule reminds us that forgiveness is a powerful tool for healing and transformation, both for ourselves and for those around us. Rule 11. Seek wisdom and knowledge. The 11th Stoic rule for life is to seek wisdom and knowledge. The Stoics valued knowledge as the foundation of a virtuous and meaningful life. Wisdom is not just about accumulating information, but about understanding the deeper truths of life and applying them to our daily actions and decisions. It's about seeking clarity and insight rather than simply accepting things at face value. Seeking wisdom involves being curious and open-minded, always willing to learn and grow. It requires us to question our assumptions and beliefs, to seek out new perspectives, and to be open to change. This pursuit of knowledge helps us make more informed and thoughtful decisions, guiding us towards a life of purpose and fulfillment. Wisdom also teaches us the value of humility and self-awareness. It's about recognizing the limits of our knowledge and being willing to admit when we're wrong. This humility allows us to learn from our mistakes and to grow from our experiences rather than being held back by pride or stubbornness. Ultimately, seeking wisdom and knowledge is about striving to be the best version of ourselves. It's about pursuing a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us, so that we can live more authentically and purposefully. This Stoic rule reminds us that wisdom is a lifelong journey, not a destination, and that the pursuit of knowledge is a path to a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Rule 12. Reflect on your day. The 12th and final Stoic rule for life is to reflect on your day. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on his actions and thoughts at the end of each day, considering what he did well and what he could improve. This practice of self-reflection helps us learn from our experiences and grow as individuals. It's about taking the time to examine our actions, thoughts, and feelings, and to consider how they align with our values and goals. Reflecting on your day involves asking yourself questions like, did I live according to my values today? Did I act with kindness and integrity? What could I have done differently? This practice helps us identify areas for improvement and recognize our successes, fostering a sense of self-awareness and accountability. Self-reflection also encourages us to be mindful of our thoughts and emotions, helping us understand the underlying reasons for our actions and reactions. By examining our day, we can identify patterns of behavior that may be holding us back and make conscious choices to change them. This practice helps us develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and our motivations, leading to greater personal growth and fulfillment. Ultimately, reflecting on your day is about taking responsibility for your actions and choices. It's about being honest with yourself and committing to continuous improvement. This Stoic rule reminds us that every day is an opportunity to learn and grow, and that by reflecting on our experiences, we can become wiser, more compassionate, and more virtuous individuals. These 12 Stoic rules for life offer a roadmap for living with wisdom, virtue, and resilience. By embracing these principles, we can navigate life's challenges with grace and find peace in the midst of chaos. Remember, Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it's a way of life. It's about making conscious choices every day to live in alignment with our values and to cultivate inner strength and tranquility. So, let's commit to living by these Stoic rules and becoming the best versions of ourselves. Thank you for watching the Stoic Knowledge Star. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on living a Stoic life. Until next time, stay wise and stay strong.